Alright, so we've got the ECHINE VR007s in today. So I'm pretty pumped about this. I was hoping the Martian would come in at the same time that these came in, but I still got the QAV 180. I took the FPV camera and transmitter and stuff off. But I'll be putting it back on so I can show you guys the FPV of this. Here we go. Alright. So this is just a quick unboxing, and then after we do this unboxing, then I'm going to hook the FPV back up to the QAV 180. And then I'm going to go out and give it a bit of a whirl by myself, just kind of get the hang of it, because I've flown FPV. I've flown a delayed FPV with the VR goggles in my Phantom 3, but that's a slower quadcopter, and it's a delay. And the quadcopter is a GPS, so if you ever get kind of disoriented or lost, you can just leave it alone and take your goggles off and then look at it. Of course, with these, you can't do that because the drone doesn't kind of hover itself or anything. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more to get used to. So, anyways, let's get to it. It's a nice little box. Opens up to this here. Looks like there's a booklet. So it comes with this little booklet here. It's got all your product information and everything in it. So I'm not going to read through any of them. I'm just kind of checking it out just to see. Okay. We got this here. Which is a bag with got your charger, antenna. Oh, these are little wipes. One wipe, two wipe. Wet wipe, dry wipe. And then this looks like your battery, the ECHINE battery that powers your goggles here. So it's got a little port in the side so you can use any Android phone charger to charge it, so that's cool. And set these to the side here. And it looks like this. There's your goggles here. There's nothing else in the box. Just going to set this back in the box and set it aside. Nicely packed. It's a nice, professional, good-looking box. It's padded on the inside here. Now this isn't dual. This is only one antenna, so it's not going to be the absolute best. But from what I've heard from people online, this is the second best, cheapest one that you can get next to the Kylan. So. Better background. It's pretty small, 3 straps. You see in here you've got a pretty big screen. Not the best padding. Still padding all the way around it. Looks like your battery just plugs into there. You can see the screen comes on. But there should be, there's a little thing over here on the side on the strap. Or this. This goes right in there. Just like that. We got these 3 buttons here on the side, which this one looks like it's brightness, contrast, saturation. Oh, you can't see that through here. So this is your menu to change things. Tint. I think that's a quick channel search right there on the top. So I think all you have to do is push that and it'll search and find your channel. One thing I don't like about it is this is a little bit wobbly. It just doesn't feel solid. I think I'm going to have to, oh yeah, that needs to be tightened down. That little nut right there. I'm just going to finger tighten it right now. There we go, now it's not moving around. Alright, now I'm going to try it on. See how comfortable it is. Okay, so really not too bad. It's not heavy. It's really, really light. I don't see any light coming in from under here. It's made for a small person's head, that's for sure. But this right here is your adjustment where you can tighten it and loosen it. And it kind of just pulls this back up towards the top for the smaller head and lets it loose for a bigger head. And I've got quite a bigger head, so move this down a little. Now I can't see anything at the moment, but I'm just trying to kind of focus in on the static. And the one thing that I do notice is you really have to focus your eyes in. Like it's pretty close. And so you really have to kind of like focus your eyes down on it. If you kind of let your eyes go, you know, relaxed like you would normally be looking, everything just kind of goes blurry. So you really got to focus in. I could see how this could feel real stressful wearing this thing. It's because it's one solid screen inside. If you look at like a VR box or anything like that, on the VR box and on the Dominators like the FatSharks and stuff, it's each individual eye, so you can actually just kind of look at it like you would normally look at it. But on this, you really have to kind of just focus your eyes in and see where you're at. It seems like a really big screen though from inside of here. So anyways, that's the unboxing of the ECHINE 007's FPV goggles. I'm going to go ahead and go in and hook up the FPV to the QAV 180. We've got it all plugged in. Here's the FPV. We ain't got it all set up yet, but I just wanted to test it out. I've just got it on channel 15 here. And this button right here in the front next to that green light, you just kind of hold that down and it flips through until it finds the right one. So now you can see through here. So that's looking through the FPV camera. So I didn't know, but the camera that I've got is kind of like the gold standard of FPV racing drones, and I got it for super cheap. So I'm pretty pumped about it. It looks good. It looks really good through here. Yeah. Just kind of moving it around. Here, I'm going to walk into a different room. Kind of let it get some space between it. Just a few glitches here and there. I'm pretty far away from it now. That's cool. I mean, it's got a greenish tint to it. It's not like real life colors. It's not an amazing video. You know, it's gonna do just fine. I can see through it perfectly. So I'm gonna put this thing together. I'm gonna go out and give it a whirl. So once I get some practice and stuff in with it, then it'll be good. So I'm not going to try to rematch this up or anything, so you can see me talking here. And you can see the delay in it. If there is any. I don't think there is any. If there is, it's like a milli of a second, you know. So anyways, that's the unboxing of the ECHINE 007 VR FPV goggles. I'm going to get out and practice flying for a little bit, and then we'll do a full review of it. So I flew today using the ECHINE VR007 for the first time, and I actually was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take some video just in case I do get some good flights. Let me tell you one thing, this is the first time that I've actually had a chance to fly FPV with a racing drone, and so much different than flying FPV with like a Phantom 3 or something like that. So much different, just hands down 100% different. But I like these, I really do. They didn't really break up that much. You know, the breakup static in it and everything. I think I had it happen like 3 or 4 times out of a whole 6 minutes of flying, but the rest of the time I had perfect, spot-on, non-lagging video. Like it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. So it shouldn't take too long for me to get decent enough at it. But I went ahead and put the camera, the GoPro, on here. And I was going to show you guys the footage of that, but this is my camera now. Yeah. You can see where it hit. Right on its face. Slammed into the concrete with it right there. Popped that off. This went flying. Then it smacked the ground. And the back screen came off. So that's a $50 camera that I've only used like 4 times. Right down the drain. So one bit of advice, don't put a camera on it until you get good at flying, because even if you want to get out there and get some footage and stuff, and I probably do still have some footage on here, I'm unsure if it's saved or not. See if I can salvage it or not. I'm not sure. I'm still missing some pieces. I've got the front of it somewhere. I was going to show you this. This is the VR box here that I got for flying FPV through my phone with the Google Cardboard with the Lychee app and stuff on the Phantom 3. And here is the ECHINE goggles there, the actual FPV goggles. That's kind of the difference there. And I was going to show you guys something in case I know that I have some of my subscribers that I made a video about the VR box and they said they were going out to get some. So if you're planning on getting into the racing drone thing, check this out. Shut-up! I found this, and I'm going to order it, and I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to let you guys know how it is. This is specifically made for VR boxes. Well, not VR boxes, but like the virtual reality goggles. Not the FPV goggles, but the VR goggles. It's specifically made for that. So, pretty cool. Just a little thing that you can slide this part kind of in the strap on the side. Put your antenna on it, all that jazz, and then run the cord to your phone. Oh, let's go back this way. All sorts of ways to do that, but that's really cool, isn't it? That is only $30. So if you have a VR box, why not? You know, here's a pretty cool picture of it. This one's $27.40. You can't find them in the U.S. These are only in China. So I'm going to get it and I'm going to test it out. I think this is a really cool product. You can wait till I get this in and I'll show you guys how it is. It actually, the VR box is split into 2 pieces, kind of like the FatSharks. You have 2 eyeball pieces. And it has a little divider down here in the middle. And I've seen other ones of these. This thing actually will do one screen, so you can. They have these goggles here that actually have a removable screen on it, and you can put your phone in. But this also does the split screen too, like the VR screen. So, and I think that would be cool doing the VR. I think you would be able to relax your eyes a little bit more. Because if you see the width of that, and that's 2 different eyes, and then you see the width of that, or the length of that, and the length. So they're fairly similar, and this is only one open screen. So that's the difference. You kind of have to really focus on where you're flying and stuff with this one. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys that. Also wanted to show you one little difference that I made here. Since I put the FPV stuff on the inside, you can see the cord coming up for the FPV. I put heat shrink around it so it looks decent. I also cut these cords down. Remember how I had all those cords in there? Well, now I have the ESC cords that are down here. So I actually had to cut that shorter. And I cut off a ton of wire and fit this in. But I still left it long enough that it should still work for the Martian if I want to switch it out and put it in the Martian. Whenever I crashed face down, the battery, no matter how tight you get this, your battery's going to slide forward every now and then and keep sliding forward and keep sliding forward. And you kind of just have to pick it up off the ground and slide it back. But with those two antennas sticking here, they broke the one the other day. And whenever I first got this thing in the air a while back, the first time I flew it, it broke one of them off because of the battery. And so I didn't want that to keep happening over and over again. Every time I go out to fly, I got one flopping to the side. So what I did is I ran the antennas down here in the back. You can see all those little servo cords sticking out. I'm going to cut those off, I think. I want to keep them on there just in case I want to hook up my receiver differently. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, I ran those down the side. I put some tape around it to kind of keep the antennas down the side. I made sure and left that LED light open so you could see if it's connected or not. Anyways, I ran it up and up the back, and I had already had this thing put together, so I went ahead and put zip ties down, and you can see how close that gets. Really, really close. It just misses it on either side. If I was to redo this or build another 180, I think I would put these up on the inside of these poles kind of, and then I would put heat shrink around the pole, and I would make sure that these popped out the top. That way they couldn't move around, because with these zip ties they still kind of move a little bit to the side, but not too bad. I got a zip tie down here at the base of it and a zip tie up here on both. It works just fine. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. That was this video is the unboxing of the ECHINE 007. I added just a little bit extra here at the end that I wasn't going to add. I was going to put some video in of the flight, but I obviously can't. I was relying on just this camera, because I kept taking the drone off the ground and looking into the camera and saying stuff, and now it's destroyed, and yeah, it sucks. But you guys, hope you guys are doing alright. Give us a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.